Alright, so for this grammar module that you'll be working on the next couple of weeks, we're basically just going to review everything dating back all the way to the first thing you learned in 7th grade, which was nouns. So I'm just going to quickly go over definitions to refresh your memory, and then you're going to do some practice exercises over nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections, types of sentences, punctuation, phrases, and clauses. So just as a review of what they are, remember nouns are a person, place, thing, or idea. A verb is an action or a state of being. Adjective, a word that describes or modifies a noun or a pronoun. Adverbs describe or modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Pronouns take the place of nouns. Prepositions show a relationship between a noun and another word in a sentence. Conjunctions connect two parts of a sentence together. Interjections show extreme emotion or feeling. So you can write these all down word for word. You can just selectively take notes. It's completely up to you. So continuing on to some of the more recent topics, types of sentences. We do that because identifying a sentence and what type it is can tell you what the goal of the sentence is so you can better understand it. Obviously, punctuation helps readers understand text better and it guides us. Phrases are words that may have a noun or a verb, but it doesn't have a subject doing a verb, so a phrase is not complete. A clause has a subject doing a verb, and then there's obviously two types of clauses. Independent clauses can stand alone. Dependent clauses need something to be complete. So basically on your next grammar quiz, you're going to have 3 tasks. I'm going to give you all those definitions, all those words, and ask you to define them. You're also going to answer some just general knowledge questions based on all of those things. And then I'm going to give you some sentences, and you're going to have to identify what part of speech every word is in the sentence. So we're going to do some practice for that right now. So for practice 1, write down these, you don't have to write down the questions, but write down the answers to these 7 questions over nouns and verbs. Pause the video. After you do that, hit play, and then check your answers. Alright, here come the answers to practice 1. To make Jim possessive, you have apostrophe S. Phones plural, just add S. Pucks plural possessive, that's actually a mistake. It should be S apostrophe. Past tense of run is ran. Future tense of, a couple spelling errors in there. Make the verb stopped. Future tense will be will stop. Make the verb will catch. Present tense is just catch, not catching, just the basic form catch. And then here are some of the helping verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, have, will. So just 5 of those work. So if you missed any of those or you're confused on any of them, you might want to go back and watch the noun or verb video. Alright, here you go with practice number 2 is over adjectives and adverbs. So again, you can just write down the answers. Don't worry so much about the questions. And actually, instead of yellow, let's use brown instead. So make the adjective brown superlative. So write these down, hit play. Alright, here are your answers for practice 2. Brownest is the superlative of brown. The brownest ball, for instance, of all of them. Smaller is the comparative of small. Good is the positive form of best because you have good, better, best. Proper adjective for something from Mexico is Mexican. Then to make these adverbs with the ly, comparative and superlative, you add more or most. And then just the positive form of most fiercely is fiercely. Again, if you missed any of those, I would go back to the adjective or adverb video. Practice number 3, 7 questions over pronouns, conjunctions, and interjections. Write the answers. Go on. Alright, if you're ready, here come the answers. His is the possessive of he. She or her would take the place of Jill. Personal pronouns are I, me, and my. The fanboys conjunctions for and, not, or nor, but, or, yet, so. And I think would be the best conjunction to complete that sentence. Here's some just common interjections. Obviously, you might have something else. And usually an exclamation point comes after an interjection. Alright, practice 4, 8 questions over prepositions, punctuation, types of sentences. And if you're ready for the answers, here it comes. Prepositional phrase always starts with a preposition and ends with a noun. This prepositional phrase should be under the table, or over, or next to, or beside, or any preposition word that fits in there. Over is the preposition of these 4 words. Interrogative sentences ask questions, so they end with a question mark. Imperative sentences give commands, or demands, I guess you could say. Punctuation that shows someone is speaking is a quotation mark. Most lists are separated by commas, but they could also be separated by semicolons if the list has commas in it. And then a punctuation mark that would separate two closely related independent clauses is the semicolon. So if you missed any of those, prepositions, types of sentences, punctuation, go back through and do your research on that. Sample practice 5, just 4 quick ones about phrases and clauses, so just answer these questions. And if you're ready, here are the answers. Drop the ball is a phrase because there's no noun doing that action. Mike ran is a clause because it's a noun doing a verb, having the action of a verb. Because I went to the store is a dependent clause. It's missing something there. I was late because I went to the store. And an independent clause, Mike ate pizza, that can stand on its own. So if you missed any of those, go back over dependent clauses, independent clauses, and phrases. And your last practice activity here is to take these 3 sentences, label every word in the sentence with its appropriate part of speech. And here are the initials you can use instead of writing the whole word out. So just write the sentences out, identify the part of speech of every word. And if you're ready, here are these answers. Mike's a noun, ate is a verb, the is an adjective describing the pizza, which is a noun. Slowly and carefully are both adverbs describing ate, and is a conjunction. Second sentence, I is a pronoun, was sick, both verbs helping verb, action, verb. Adjective that, because it's a demonstrative adjective, I'm talking about the time, which is a noun, use a pronoun. Went is a verb. To is a preposition, the is an adjective describing the game, and alone is actually an adverb describing how he went to the game. In the last sentence, help is an interjection. I is a pronoun, have fallen, both verbs helping verb, action, verb. And is a conjunction, I is a pronoun. Need is a verb, you can do that, you can need something. To is a preposition, get is a verb, up is a noun. So if you missed any of those, you might want to talk to me. Alright, so that's pretty much what your review quiz will be over. And if I were you, I would maybe go back through any of the videos that are on our website if you really struggled with any particular sections there. If you want practice for identifying parts of speech, I'm sure you could Google some good practice sources that would help you. And the quiz will be very similar to this. So, there you go.